Hey everybody, and welcome to the Anfield Eye. My name is Mal and I am going to make a very bold statement. I am glad Liverpool lost to PSV in the Champions League yesterday, and I am glad that they are not undefeated in the Champions League. I think that's a really good thing, and I'm going to tell you why. So, we went to the PSV and we left all of our first team players at home. Mo Salah left at home. Van Dijk left at home. Konate left at home. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister, Trent, Alisson. We literally went with a nobody team, okay? And we went to PSV and we thought, okay, we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to give it our best shot with what we've got right now, the youngsters we've got right now. And it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. PSV had pretty much a full squad, and they pretty much had the better moments in the match. Okay, I'm going to confess they had the better moments in the match, but we could have played that match for 3 hours, and I don't think we carved out a single chance. Okay, so I'm going to explain why we didn't carve out a single chance, and I'm also then going to finally follow up and say it's good that we didn't win that match. Okay. We didn't carve up a single chance because our midfield just was not creative enough. Our midfield was overrun. Our midfield was not playing synchronized. Okay, you could tell that the players on the pitch playing for Liverpool were individuals. Okay, they were all individuals on the pitch, and they just did not. They just didn't gel. Okay, and if you're not gelling as the midfield, then your defense is going to be in all sorts of trouble, and you're not going to be able to provide and supply to your forwards. And that's basically where we failed. That's where we failed in our gameplay. Our midfielders were completely out. And then on top of that, okay, we played the kids. Okay, I understand that. We played the kids. They're not used to playing for Liverpool. They come on for like the last 10 minutes in a match, or they make a guest appearance in the League Cup or the FA Cup. I understand that, okay, but for the kids not to turn up was a bit of a shock to me. It was a bit of a shock to me because I rate Jayden Danns. I've always advocated to see more of Jayden Danns. And so when I heard that he was in the squad and he was in the team in the first 11, when I heard that he was going to start the match, I was expecting great things from Jayden Danns. All I saw was a kind of a Curtis Jones performance, just jogging around the pitch, trying to look relevant, just jogging around here and there. Look, he's very young. He's up and coming. He's definitely not the finished article, but when you come up the Liverpool ranks, okay, and your manager turns around to you and says, you're starting tomorrow, I would expect to see a little bit more speed and a bit more enthusiasm in the way you play, okay? Because you're not just trying to impress the fans. You're trying to impress the manager, and you're trying to say to the manager, look, I am worthy, okay, to be considered in the first team, okay? I don't think the youngsters did themselves any favour, apart from probably Tyler Morton. I really don't think. I think Connor Bradley had a really bad match. I think Javier had a really bad match. We had a makeshift centre-back pairing of Robertson and Kwanzaa, who I don't think have ever played in as centre-backs on the training ground. Okay? So I can just imagine, Kelleher, Arne Slot turning around to Kelleher and in the dressing room and saying, listen, man, don't panic, but your centre-backs today, okay, the guys that I've chosen who are going to protect the goal, okay, are Andy Robertson and Kwanzaa. I think Kelleher must have turned around to Arne Slot after that and thought, I think I need a shot of vodka for this because I'm going to be very busy today. And that's exactly what he was. He was very busy. Andy Robertson is not a very good left back this season. So for him to be considered as our centre back and captain was a bit of a, huh? Okay, that was a bit of a her moment for me. And then Kwanzaa, you know, I just don't rate Kwanzaa. I think that Kwanzaa should be, you know, playing for, I don't know, Brentford, Southampton, Crystal Palace. No disrespect, but I just think he's that level of a centre back, and he's not a world class Liverpool centre back and one for the future. So that was basically what Kelleher's reaction would have been. Our midfield kind of like didn't really turn up to the match. The only player who I can pretty much say did really well yesterday in Holland was Chiesa. Chiesa ran, he ran and ran and ran. Okay, a bit of a Duracell bunny performance, but you know, he was feeding on crumbs. He really was feeding on crumbs. Really, I guess the disappointing player of the day was Harvey Elliott, because he's one of our senior players, and why the hell would you not deliver on at a stage at that moment? Why would you just all of a sudden, you know, huff and puff and you know, there was an embarrassing moment when he dived in the penalty area trying to get a penalty. I'm sorry, but that's not the Liverpool way. That's not what we do, you know? Why are you diving for a penalty? You don't need to dive for a penalty. He rightly got yellow carded, and he got embarrassed by the 300 cameras that were all around him on the side of the pitch, and who slow-moed it and, you know, showed that Harvey Elliott was cheating. So all round, all in all, not a very good performance. I guess you could have called that match yesterday the Gakpo testimonial, you know? Because Cody Gakpo wanted to go back to PSV, where he started, and he wanted to, you know, he wanted to start, he wanted to play in the ground that he was his home ground for many years before moving to Liverpool. And then he wanted to applaud the PSV fans when Arne Slot would have said to him, I'm hooking you off after 50 minutes. You can applaud the PSV fans. They love you for it. They'll applaud you back. And then you can go back to Liverpool and you can get ready for Bournemouth. So, again, another shout out to this centre-back. You know, what the hell was he thinking? This young centre-back came on, and after being on the pitch for 3 minutes, he gets himself sent off. Okay, if that's the future of Liverpool, then I think we're in a bit of trouble. Okay, if we're thinking about Jayden Danns up front, one day playing for Liverpool, and you know, these young kids coming on and trying to be our established centre backs. I'm sorry, but you know, we need to go into the transfer market, and we need to buy players, ready-made players, players who are established a little bit more, because it's pretty obvious to me that some of the kids that have a future at Liverpool are on loan right now. Stefan Bajetic is, I think, playing for Betis right now, and I don't know which team he is, but he's in Spain right now playing his trade. He's on loan. You know, he's one for the future. Ben Doak, I feel, is, you know, has a future at Liverpool. I don't know what kind of future that is. Is he ever going to break it into the first 11, first team? But you know, he's quality, and I think he would have done wonders on the pitch for Liverpool yesterday, and so would have Stefan Bajetic. So there are youngsters up and coming that I feel will make an impact to the first 11. But the players that we saw, the young players that we saw yesterday, unfortunately, I don't think any of them exceeded more than 5 out of 10 in terms of player ratings. Now, why did we deserve to lose? We deserve to lose because we don't want to go into the next round of the Champions League being undefeated, because then all the clubs and all the teams are going to be like, oh, hang on a minute here. They're undefeated here. They're undefeated. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. Let's beat these people because they're undefeated. So I didn't want that kind of like hanging over our team, okay? That we're undefeated and other teams were going to have a real go at us. But the real reason why I think it was good for us to lose was because Arne Slot can turn around now to FSG and he can turn around and say, listen guys, the first 11 is really good. Okay, I've got a really good set of players. Okay, but then if you move out the first 11, and you look at the rest of the squad, you look at the rest of the 22-man squad. Okay, player number 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There is an increased and really scary drop in quality. Okay, really big drop in quality, and unfortunately, you're going to have to invest. You're going to have to invest. You're going to have to buy ready-made. You're going to have to buy established. Because if you think, in your wildest dreams, if you think that we don't need to buy any players because our youngsters are going to come and they're going to slot into the first 11 and they're going to really, really do, amazing things, then what happened yesterday at PSV, I think, proves that, Liverpool, beyond the first 11, need to build. Okay, they need to build. And so I'm glad that we lost yesterday. I'm glad we lost because the match itself, we'd qualified for the next round. Okay, so the match itself was a bit of a free shot. It was like a out of the park, or you were going to miss, and the ball was going to hit the wickets. So it was a free shot, and so I thought, okay, I've got a free shot here. What shall I do? Let's leave all the players at home, the first 11, in preparation for the Bournemouth match. And let's take the youngsters with me and let's see how they deliver. And none of them did. None of those players delivered. Apart from Chiesa, okay, none of those players on that pitch delivered a quality performance. So, Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, FSG, they need to know, okay, that when you take out that first 11 that play for us week in, week out in the Premier League, there is a humongous drop in the quality. And that drop, okay, is not good for the future of Liverpool Football Club. Okay, so there is a need for strengthening in certain departments at Liverpool. The left back is screaming right now. I think Robertson's coming to the end of his career. I don't think Tsimikas is world class. He played yesterday, and all I saw was side passes, back passes, and side passes, and back passes. And I looked at it and I thought to myself, you know what? No, I don't think so. I think Tsimikas needs to, to go. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if he's, plying his trade in Turkey or in Scotland or somewhere else. But I don't think that, Costa Tsimikas is the future, okay, of Liverpool's left back position. So we need a new left back, okay, and that is something that hasn't been addressed in January, and we are now coming to the January the 30th today, 1 day left of the transfer market, and we haven't signed anybody. So what does that tell you? It tells me that Liverpool aren't planning for anything this season. They've told Arne Slot, what you've got, the first 11, go forth, child. Go forth and win the Premier League with what you've got. Okay? And then come the summertime, we shall shower you with funds and and you can then buy the players that you want. Unfortunately, Arne Slot's been, he's been stuffed really. So that's my opinion. I'm glad that Liverpool lost yesterday. I really am. I'm obviously not happy as a Liverpool fan. I want to win all my matches. I do want to win all my matches. But I'm glad that we lost because FSG really do need to know that that team needs strengthening. There's been a number of transfer windows now that have gone by. FSG have not invested in that team. We only bought Chiesa. And we bought Chiesa when? Okay, and when's he playing for us? Now, okay? So he was injured when we bought him, and we bought him for a budget price. So, yes, I think Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards have got a big job on their hands, okay? And they need to deliver. They need to deliver. If they don't deliver in January, which they obviously, I don't think, are delivering in January, then they're going to have to deliver in the summer. There's going to have to be a major revamp of that team. Centre back is also a position which, if Van Dijk and Konate gets injured, there's a massive drop in quality, okay, in that team. And I think that some players will probably need to be moved on as well. You know, I don't want to name names, but, you know, Nunes. I think Darwin Nunes has probably had his time at Liverpool. I think Diogo Jota, too injury prone. I think he will probably be surplus to requirements as well. So anyway, thanks everybody. Let me know in the comments what you think, because you know, what I've just said is quite drastic. I think a lot of fans are going to be upset about it, but I don't care. That's my opinion. Okay, and please like and subscribe. I shall see you in the next video. Thank you very much.